Cyber Monday is underway. Some online brands are betting on brick and mortar, even though revenue is coming in online. Joining us with more on that strategy is Scott Cutler, CEO of StockX, the stock exchange for things, and our guest host, Michael Rubin, executive chairman of Fanatics and Rue-Gilt Group. And multi-channel is probably the way to. They're not going away. Some people like to go to stores, right? But explain this new strategy.
Well, this new strategy is not new. I mean, you have this shift in buying behavior going from offline to online. So that's just the general e-commerce trend. We're playing at a slightly more meta level, which is online, but having the opportunity to buy things that aren't available anywhere else in any retail location and most other e-commerce players. Stock market of things, sneakers, streetwear, collectibles. So that's where we're playing into this broad trend of consumer behavior.
Yeah. So if I go to a cocktail party, what am I doing? A meta something? What did you say?
No, it's just one level above, which is people want access to things that you can't find anywhere else.
Yeah.
And StockX provides that opportunity, particularly in categories like sneakers, as we've talked about before, streetwear. And things that you can't get in any other retail location. Michael, one of our biggest customers right here.
Pair of off-whites.
But they're painted purple on them. What is that?
Yeah, they're a pair of off-whites, special collection. Came from StockX.
Came from StockX.
Yeah. I'm a good customer for you.
Yeah, Michael's one of our top customers.
Is that true? How many pairs of sneakers?
I'm probably good. I want to get the accurate answer. I'd say I'm probably good for 50 pairs in the last 2 years. But you're buying sneakers above retail that are hot sneakers. I just got like 10 pair last week. Look, it's funny. So the person who helped fund StockX in the beginning was Dan Gilbert. Yeah. And Dan Gilbert, as you probably know, called me several times when you guys were starting the business and said, hey, Michael, you should get involved with this. And I was actually dead wrong. I said, how big can this thing be? It's only the high-end sneaker market. So I guess one question I have for you, knowing that when Dan called me several times to get involved, I didn't think it would be that big, and it's been obviously you're already what, $1 billion plus in GMV.
Yeah.
So what categories are you in today, and what categories will you be in over time? Because I think I completely missed how big this can be.
Well, if you look at the total size of the market, this is the most interesting fact: is that $100 billion in just sneakers alone. 20% of that would be e-commerce, and then the resale marketplace, of which we participate, is now half of e-commerce globally, and growing at triple digits. So it's been an amazing market opportunity. I think for us, as we look at that category expansion, started with sneakers, and we followed with handbags and watches, and then we launched streetwear, which quickly became our second category, and then we recently launched collectibles. So that's one aspect of the growth. And then for us, we service customers in 170 different countries, and 25% of our business is outside of the U.S. So the international opportunity for us is a really big one.
One thing I've wondered about the shoes, Scott and I worked together at the Stock Exchange, and Scott brought in big marquee listings like Alibaba and Twitter, and we focused a lot on the listings as opposed to focusing on the traders. So now you're at StockX. Are you focusing on the guys listing the shoes, or are you focusing on the Michaels who are actually buying the shoes? And within that, how concentrated is the seller community? I'm guessing it's pretty concentrated, where you have a relatively few number of professionals who are selling, and then the buyers are fragmented, but that's just a guess.
So we have tens of thousands of sellers from around the world. So it's largely a marketplace that's powered by sellers, from the teenager funding college to somebody who might run a professional business. When I look back at the stock market days, when this company was founded, it was founded on the principles of New York Stock Exchange, StubHub, and eBay, all places that I've been at. And when we talk about the stock market of things, the interesting thing about the user experience on StockX is we have the opportunity to bid and ask for that most sought-after thing. So stock market-like functionality, but also similar to the exchange, it's the place where you trade. So you don't know who you're buying a share of Nike stock from. You don't really care, but there is a platform that matches a buyer and a seller, and we do that in a similar way in e-commerce. And that was the idea behind the company.
Scott, now that you've been doing this for a while, what has surprised you the most?
I think what surprised me the most is just obviously the global opportunity, but then as we're going into the holiday season, just the velocity of the transactions. Black Friday, we were doing a transaction every second. We were selling thousands of pairs of new releases that had just come out. And so as we look at this new type of behavior that's coming into the market, and people want access to things that they can't get anywhere else, whether it be experiences or goods, having that opportunity to provide that has just been, I mean, mind-blowing in terms of the global reaction to that.
So talk about Nike and Adidas, because the way this used to work is Nike or Adidas would design a great shoe, they'd sell it to Foot Locker, Foot Locker would sell it to the consumer would then go put it on eBay. A lot of people in the middle of that transaction.
Yeah.
Are we going to have a time when Nike and Adidas just says, hey, they want to build their own direct-to-consumer business, they're going to use you as the marketplace to sell it, and kind of the retailer and the middleman who is buying the product and then selling it on eBay gets cut out?
Brands have to go omni-channel, just like you said. You know, the distribution channel among retailers is being disrupted massively. We do think that brands will come onto the platform. In fact, we did an IPO with Adidas that listed product directly onto StockX.
IPO, I like that.
An IPO, it's an initial product offering. And as more and more brands have to actually go direct to consumer because of that distribution disruption, the reality is they have to compete with every other tech company that's providing a great experience on a mobile platform. And that's very, very difficult to do when tech is not in your core DNA. And so that's a challenge for brands. And so brands, I think, are looking at those different channels. For the consumer, the opportunity is to be able to buy something in retail and have the opportunity to resell it potentially and make money on a platform like ours, where we provide that opportunity for a seller, but also to access.
All right, good. All right, thank you, Scott.